make sure you do this a day before it rains because it smells terrible. And be prepared to take a shower and wash your clothes immediately. Figured I'd take you along with me today. We're going to be putting out some fertilizer in all the landscape beds around the house. It's April 4th, 2022, Charlotte, North Carolina area. So one thing about our area is in the month of April, we can have some fluctuating temperatures. February, we might have, you know, highs in the 80s, and then come April, we might have some nights where we get down in the 20s or 30s. So one thing about that is if you decide to go out with like a synthetic type fertilizer, you just got to keep in mind on your timing. You don't want to push the plant too quick on those warmer days because you could potentially see some winter damage as you get into the month of April, and then we get those cold nights that may set the plant back. I've also used some of the Agriform tablets in the past before. Those tablets work pretty well too. They just take forever to put out, and kind of for the same reason as stated for those synthetics. But for me, I like and have been using the past couple years an organic type fertilizer, and the plants seem to respond pretty well to it. So I'll show you the product that I'm going to be using today, and we'll go over kind of how I put it out and the rates I use, and just try to keep everything simple and efficient. Espoma is the company. They make some pretty good products. This is called Plant Tone. A real common one that people are familiar with is the Holly Tone. And you can see the different types of nitrogen you have in here, where all your organics are coming from: feather meal, manure, bone meal, alfalfa meal. Got 3% slow release in it. It's got a pile of microbes in it that are going to help with your general soil makeup and breakdown and conversion of all these different nutrients that you're giving them. It's got some humic acid in it as well. And if you flip it over to the back here, it's got all your recommendations on how to fertilize. If you're doing new plantings, trees, garden beds, stuff like that. Stuff tends to be kind of dusty. We got a little bit of wind today. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or bad thing, but it's got an awful smell to it as well. Hopefully we'll get some rain pretty soon to get all this activated, watered in. So we're just going to take a handful of it like this, and we're just going to kind of throw it on evenly. I'm sure the neighbors are going to love this. If you were going to do a tree kind of out in the middle of a landscaping bed and it didn't have anything around it, you'd want to stay within the drip line of the tree, because that's typically where the root ball is. But for me, since these landscape beds are so tightly planted together, I'm going to fertilize everything. That will also give us some fertilizer if we get ready to plant bulbs, or we've got some dahlia tubers we're going to put in here as well. Drip line of the tree comes out probably about 15 feet all the way around it, so we're going to try to just stay within the drip line of the tree, and we're not going to spread a whole bunch, you know, in the big open areas. A bush like this, I would just do just this area of the bush and not all this empty area in between. I've still got a lot of landscaping left to do around the house. I probably used 25 pounds on this much landscaping so far. Just to kind of reiterate, I try to keep everything simple around here. I find if I don't, then tend to not do it. Had pretty good results so far with this organic fertilizer. Everything seems to respond well to it. Most of my stuff is fully grown, so I'm not really trying to put on any growth. I'm just trying to keep the plant healthy and keep it showing off for me. If you got any comments, leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer any questions I can. Thanks for watching. I always try to time all my granular applications around the rainfall. It'll give you a little bit of guidance on the label about how long it can sit there before it needs to get watered in, but it's best just to get it watered in same day or within the next couple days. Yard's looking really green. Hadn't had any fertilizer on the yard yet. All we've done so far is scalped it and put down some pre-emergent on it.